Hello everyone. In the previous video we studied the mechanical energy and we have mentioned that the object can have both potential and kinetic energy at the same time, and these two together they will be given a name. The name is mechanical energy. Now we want to focus on forms of energy. Actually, we have studied some of them before. We studied the potential energy. We said there is a gravitational potential energy and there is a strain energy and chemical energy. And we studied last time the mechanical energy, which is the total of mechanical and potential energy, kinetic and potential energy at the same time. Now we want to focus on other types of energy and other forms of energy, not types, because there are only two main types, kinetic and potential. Now what about the forms of each one of them? We will study them today. So kinetic energy and potential energy are two types of energy that can come in many different forms. Some common forms of energy include mechanical, sound, electromagnetic, electrical, chemical, and thermal, and nuclear energy. All of these are forms of energy. We're going to discuss each one of them. And you have to know that energy, when you measure the amount of energy is expressed in joules. So the unit of energy, which is the joule. Okay. So now let's start talking about forms of energy and the meaning of each one of them. But at the beginning I want to make like a review with you by looking at these figures. Which image shows both kinetic and potential energy at the same time? Which one do you think it shows potential and kinetic at the same time? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it, this is what I'm going to give you the numbers. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Which one do you think it gives, which one of these it has both? For sure, if you're talking about kinetic, you're talking about an object is moving. So number 1 is not moving, as you see. Okay, number 2 is moving. But the third one is swimming, so he's moving, and number 4 he's not moving. But this is about kinetic. What about potential? This one here at the bottom, so the potential here is 0. As you see here, the potential energy is 0. Here no moving, no star energy because he's at the bottom, so 0. What about this one? He has potential energy, gravitational potential energy. Number 3, he's only moving but at the bottom, so it's 0, no potential energy. Here at the top, all of it is potential, no kinetic, so here potential. Okay, type. Which one had both? For sure, as you see, which is number 2. Let's check our answer if it's correct.
That's right. The diver is in motion and has potential energy from position. Great job. Before the diver jumps, the diver has potential energy. Midway through the diver has both potential and kinetic energy. At the end of the diver has kinetic energy.
Okay, so here the explanation for this question. You have to focus on these types of questions.
Energy
now we want to talk
forms.
About
Click the images to learn more about different
now we want to talk about the forms of energy. We have studied already the first one, which is the mechanical energy. Let's talk about the mechanical energy. And you have to know the mechanical energy is the sum of an object kinetic and potential energy. Okay, so this is for the mechanical energy. You have to put it in your mind. This is the definition of mechanical energy. We studied this already last time, and we have talking about how the object can has both, and we call it the mechanical energy. You have to remember that kinetic energy is the energy of motion, you know, and the potential energy, the energy of due to its position. So mechanical energy is the energy of position. The mechanical energy is the energy of position and motion at the same time. A moving car, for example, I'll give you for the example that we took last time, the moving car has mechanical energy. An object's mechanical energy can be all potential energy or all kinetic energy or combination. You remember last time when we talked about talked about the position of the car. I'm going to show you again how it has both
potential
and we said for this one, for example, we can only potential energy, not kinetic, or maybe both kinetic and potential energy, or all of it potential as this one, or all of it is kinetic as this one. Don't forget this example. Okay, let's continue now. So mechanical energy is the sum of an object's kinetic energy, and a potential energy, it is the energy of position and motion. Let's move now to talk about the second form of energy. The second form of energy, which is the sound energy. Sound energy, which is under which type of energy? Potential or kinetic? Actually, it's what? It's a kinetic energy. And for example, here, if you're talking, start to talk and put your fingers on your throat. You feel like something is vibrating. This is the vibration of the vocal cord. Because of this vibration of vocal cord, this energy will be transformed and what? Travel through the particles of air or particles of anything or the medium and to make the sound. So the vibration of caused by the vibration of particles in a medium such as steel, for example, water or air. Let's listen carefully to this video to understand more about the sound energy.
Many forms. Click the images to learn more about different kinds of energy. You can hear a dog bark, and a dog can hear you. This is because of sound energy. Sound energy is a kind of kinetic energy that is produced by a sound wave. As a sound wave moves through matter, it vibrates the particles of matter. These vibrations are passed on to your eardrum, and your brain interprets the vibration as sound.
Okay, so here let's continue. Let's talk more about the sound waves. Actually, while your vocal cords start to vibrate, the air particles start to vibrate, and it will travel from particles to particles to particles to reach the ear of someone else or something else. Okay, so the ear start to collect these sound waves, and our brain will realize these sound waves and know these sound waves. Okay, so this is about the sound. So sound is a form of what? Of kinetic energy. Let's move now to talk about a second form of or another form of energy. Another form of energy here we want to talk about it, which is what? Electromagnetic energy. From its name, if you look at the name of electromagnetic energy here, the first thing you have to know, it's kinetic energy. Okay, it's not a potential energy. Electro from electric, from electricity, this part, we will explain this now. And magnetic from magnetic force, magnet. So here you have to know here like a combination of electromagnetic energy. So what is it? Actually, the definition of electromagnetic energy is transmitted through space in the form of electromagnetic waves. These waves are caused by the vibration of electrically charged particles. Yani, if there is any electrical charged particles like electrons or something. They are vibrating, or it's called okay, and moving. This one, and for example, I'm going to give you like another example to know what is the or electrical particle charge. For example, if you have a balloon and you rub this balloon with your hair, you feel like your hair start to go up, like they start to be stick with the balloon, right? This is because what electrostatic, because there is a electrical charged particles. This is the electric field. Okay. What about the magnetic? You're talking about the field. For example, if you have two magnets and these two magnets start to be attracted to each other, there is a force. This is a magnetic what field. So electromagnetic energy is traveling through what or due to what vibrating of electromagnetic and electric field and magnetic field, both. It's not only electric. Maybe in your book now they have mentioned only electrical particle, the movement of electrically charged particles only. Also, you have to know what you have to add magnetic field. So these waves are caused by the vibration of electrically charged particles, electromagnetic waves. Example of these electromagnetic waves: the visible light, the light that you see, it's what a magnetic electromagnetic wave. Okay. And the X-rays that you use it to make an image for the bones, we use X-rays. It's electromagnetic wave. And the microwaves are also examples. So here examples of electromagnetic waves: visible light, X-rays, microwave. They have the ability to travel where? In space. They don't need a medium to travel through. It's not like the sound energy. For the sound energy, we have mentioned they need what? A medium to travel through. Okay, they need air, they need for example gas, they need solid, they need liquid. But actually for electromagnetic energy, they can travel in space, because in space you can find like electric and magnetic field. Okay, listen carefully to this video to understand more about the electromagnetic energy.
Energy that is electromagnetic energy is the kind of energy that is transmitted through space by electromagnetic waves. You can see some electromagnetic waves known as visible light. Other examples of electromagnetic waves include X-rays, ultraviolet light, microwaves, and radio waves.
So this is about what electromagnetic waves. Let's talk about the another form of energy, the other form of energy, which is what? Electrical energy. What about electrical energy? Okay, to understand the electrical energy, if you bring like wires, I'm going to show you now this one. If you look at this, for example, you have this circuit, you have these wires, and you have a battery, you have a lamp, and you have a switch here. Once I close it, I want to close this one. These electrons inside the wire start to move. This movement of these electrons, this is the electrical energy. So the electrical energy, the movement of the what? Of the electrons, as you see here. So if I want to define the electrical energy, is the energy that is results from the position or motion of charged particles. Here charged particles are the electrons, just to be more specific. The electrical energy that is powers the light, as you see, because of this movement of these electrons, as you see here, it's power the light turn on, as you see here. Okay, as you see here, so overhead is associated with the negatively charged particles moving in a wire. So the wire also has positively charged particles that do not move. What are the particles are moving? Only the electrons, or negatively charged particles are moving, not the positively charged particles. Okay, so here, so the negatively charged particles move within the wire and they create an electrical current. So the electric current here, because this movement here, which is the electrical energy. So if we want to talk about electrical energy, is the energy that results from the position or motion of charged particles So here I want you to look at this example here. I want to show you this one. Just hold on.
And when it's dark,
Actually,
you probably turn on a light to improve your vision. Electrical energy makes this possible. Electrical energy is carried by the flow of electric charges through a substance, such as a wire.
Okay, so this is all about the mechanical, sound, electromagnetic, and electrical energy. Next time, inshallah, we will continue talking about the other forms of energy. If you have any question about them, you can send me your question. Thank you for listening.